Alright, Hazemig here, and I'm shooting a video on a solar charging project that I've got going on here, okay? I know I got a big one going on in my garage, but this is a smaller one. This is just to charge car batteries, basically, automobile batteries. So, here are the ingredients that I'm going to use for it. This is a ACOpower 35 watt poly solar module, okay? This is the model HY03512P. That's Hotel Yankee 035-12 Papa. Okay, and I ordered this guy through Amazon. All right, and then and it came out to $53. Not bad, pretty good. The price of solar panels are going down a whole lot. You know, before I think I have like I had a battery tender solar panel charger setup dealy for car batteries and stuff. And basically, I was using it for the same thing I'm going to use for this system, but this is way more powerful. The battery tender one I had, I think it was like 10 watts. Yeah, it was a 10 watt solar panel, and it cost the same price as this. But it has a charge controller. But that leads me to the charge controller. This is what I'll be using for my charge controller. It's a battery tender charge controller. Okay, Hazemig kind of doesn't recommend the ones that go. I don't recommend the battery tender solar panel charging dealy, because I've had two of the charge controllers go bad on it, and the charge controllers are mounted straight on the controller, and these things are out in the sun and the heat and stuff, and I think that's what makes it go bad. So that's why I don't recommend getting the battery tender charger setup. Okay, but I am using a battery tender solar charge controller, and we're going to be using this guy. Okay. All right, and this works. It's an automatic charger. It's a trickle charger. If you guys don't know who Battery Tender is, they're a pretty big name. I guess it says by Deltran. That's the company, and then the brand is Battery Tender Solar, or it's Battery Tender. Okay, and they make these trickle chargers for automotive batteries. Okay, or like motorcycles. Okay, they're kind of more known for like motorcycles and power sports stuff. Okay, because you know, dirt bikes and stuff that get left in the garage all the time, you know, and you don't run them for long periods of time, the batteries goes bad if you don't keep the charge up on them, okay? Because the batteries self-discharge, right? So you need something to trickle charge it or maintain the battery, okay? And that's what we're going to use this for. This is going to be the charge controller for this guy. All right, and okay, that guy cost me $23.95 from Amazon as well. Okay, I will put links to these two in the description, or I bought this one on Amazon too. Okay, this is a Carviya 12 volt adapter. Okay, this is the one that you can plug into the cigarette lighter adapter. I don't think they really use it for cigarette lighters anymore, but yeah, this is it's a common 12 volt outlet. Is what it's for. Okay. And it already has the fuse and stuff on it, and then I got this Turnigy 12 gauge wire. Okay, what we'll be using for this will be going to the input. Okay, and then this will be going to the output. And then I have a bunch of Xt60h connectors. Okay, I bought these. I think I bought them on AliExpress like a while ago. Or no, I think I bought this on Banggood. I bought these on Banggood. This one I bought at a hobby store, but I'm going to be using the Xt60h's. Okay, this is the one with the little plastic cover here, so you don't have to use these shrink tubing. All right. Okay, and that's going to be the ingredients for it. So this charge controller can do anywhere from 5 watts to 45 watts. All right, and I've realized like 5 or 10 watts, it's still not enough to charge the battery. If you get like cloudy days and stuff, or it's the winter time, it's definitely not going to have enough power to charge the battery. So I wanted to buy the most powerful solar panel I could, so I could get that charge up there. So what the charge controller's job, if you guys don't know what a charge controller's job does, it takes the power that comes from the solar panel and it uses it to charge the battery. And then when the battery is fully charged, so it doesn't overcharge the battery, it shuts the power off. Okay, and then at night when the sun goes down and the solar panel isn't putting out any power, it shuts off the power completely. Okay, so like it doesn't backfeed into the panel. But I think solar panels come with diodes or something also too. So, okay, so let's go take a look at this solar panel. Okay, there it is. I bought the most powerful panel that I could buy that would work with this controller. Okay, they didn't have. I don't think they had any 40-watt controllers or 45-watt controllers, and if they did, they probably weren't priced as well as this one. Okay, this one is only like $50. I know you can buy a 100-watt solar panel for like less than $100 nowadays, but this is this seemed like the best one to suit the job. Okay, 35 watt seems like more than enough to the task of charging 12-volt batteries. Okay, so there it is. Okay, we'll do a little unboxing. So here's the charge cables. There's a data sheet right here. Take a look at it. Okay, so that's what the panel. I haven't even seen what this panel looks like. But yeah, here's the applications for it. Courtyard lighting, small household lighting system, street lighting, portable solar power, all small power electrical devices, and small PV. Okay, so we will be using it for small power electrical devices, I guess. I guess they put these on like to power like lights and stuff, you know, like gardening lights and stuff. Okay, so here's the electrical characteristics. It's probably on the back of the sticker of the solar panel, but it's easier to read off of this. So it's a 35 watts. Open circuit voltage is 22 volts. Wow, it's a lot compared to the. I know the batteries only takes 14 volts to max. Optimum circuit voltage is 17.5 volts. Short circuit current is 2.15 amps. So this could charge at about 2 amps. Yeah. Optimum circuit current 2 amps. Maximum power is 35 watts. The efficiency is 11.56. That's actually not very good, but operating temperature is minus 40 to 85 degrees C. That's C. Okay, I'll put a subtitle below what the Fahrenheit conversion of that is. That's pretty hot. You can run it in pretty hot and pretty cold conditions. All right, it's pretty rugged because it's going to be inside the car. It's going to be really hot in the car. So I want to say a maximum system voltage 1000 volts DC. Okay. Power tolerance is plus minus 3%. Okay, and something about a radiance is 10 watts. Something squared. Module temperature 25 C. All right, I'm not really sure what those are. So these are mechanical characteristics. It's a polycrystalline 156 by 156 millimeter cell. Okay, they're 5-inch cells. Those are the dimensions. I don't really want to go over that. Well, it's a 28.7 inches and 14.2 inches and 1 inch thick. Okay, and hopefully this will fit inside my car. The weight is 9 pounds. Really, is it 9 pounds? Low iron tempered glass. All right, that's what the glass is on the front. The frame is aluminum alloy. The encapsulation is glass, EVA cells, and EVA and TPT. Okay, relative humidity 0 to 100%. Okay, you can get it wet. Resistance 227 grain. Steel ball falls down from 1 meters high. Wow, there's actually a test to see how strong the panels are. So that's what they tested it. It's rated to handle a steel ball falling down from 1 meter's height at 60 meters per second wind. Okay, they even added a crosswind in there. It's kind of strange. So snow load is 2,400 PA. I'm not really sure what that is, what the scale for that is. Okay, and then there's a little diagram. That's the data. It shows you some ways you can install it, but we're not gonna. This is just gonna be on the dash in my car. Okay, that's where I plan to put it. Hopefully it fits pretty good. And it shows you how to connect them in series and parallel. That doesn't apply to this setup here because we'll only have one panel. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is the charge connector or the wire coming out of the module, and it's just a bare wire. All right, so it's what is it? I'd say that's like a 14 gauge maybe. Pretty small. 35 watts. Not a whole lot of power. Okay. And that's what the panel looks like. It is pretty hefty. So maybe this is not the best choice to be put in the car, but we'll see. Okay. Alright, so that's what we're working with. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the solar charger from the packaging. So this is the battery tender solar charger. It might have some kind of specs on it, but it works from 5 to 45 watts, okay? So 35 watts is how much this panel puts out, so it should be fine. Okay. It's not gonna be too much power for it. Okay, so this charge controller has screws here. Okay, it's not a very complicated unit. Okay, so there you got your output and your input here. So the output will be going to the cigarette lighter outlet, right? And then the input will go from the solar panel. All right, and then there's a light, LED light here, one single LED light. Pretty simple. When it's a solid orange when it's connected and charging. Okay, when it's fully charged, it becomes a solid green, and then when it's not charging, it blinks orange. At least I think it does. I'll have to read the manual again, but that's what I gather from the other one that I have. Okay, so there it is. That's what the back looks like. Try to keep it out of the sun, guys, because they don't like the being in the sun. All right, first part, really easy. So the output, we're just going to loosen these. And this is the second time I actually installed one of these. And I know, okay, I'll have a link to this in the description if you guys want to see it. But there it is. The terminals are actually a little too small. I want to say. There it is. The wire is about a foot, 2 feet long. Okay, and then there's the ring connectors. All right, and then what we're just going to do is we're going to take the screws out and just match up the connectors to the terminals it goes in. Wow, those are really hard to get off. Okay, so if you guys don't know, red is positive and black is negative. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to go this way. I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just go this way. So we're going to have to bend these a little bit. Should be fine. So these are very nice actually. They've crimped it and they've soldered it, so it's the good stuff. That's how Hades Omega likes to do his. I wish the screws were a little bigger. Okay, so the first part is done. There you go. There's the positive and the negative on the output here. All right, and there's the adapter right there. Okay, one thing I don't like about this plug is this one has a little LED light in here. Okay, if that kind of bothers you, you can unscrew this and then you can just snip the LED out. That's what I did for my other one because I thought like, yeah, oh, it's probably drawing some power from it at night. Okay, but I think this solar panel is so powerful that I think it'll have no problem charging the battery up in the daytime, so I don't think this will be a problem. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that on there. All right, and it should have a fuse in there. I think it comes with a spare fuse as well. Yeah, right here. So this is a spare fuse right here if you ever need it. All right, I don't really know what it's rated at. Let's see if it. But it okay. This guy only outputs 3 amps. There's no way you're gonna blow that fuse. Okay, so it should be fine. What kind of wires does it use? Yeah, these are 16 gauge wires, okay? They're not super duper thick. So this wiring here is probably overkill. So I'm thinking this is 12 gauge right here, okay? And the wires for the solar panel are much thinner. So this got to be like an 18 gauge or something. It's real small, okay? But, it's okay. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a connector harness for this, okay? So I can disconnect it and connect it really easily, alright? So what I'm going to do is we're going to make a ring terminal here, okay? We're going to put ring terminals at the end of this, and then we're going to connect it to one of the Xt60 connectors, alright? And then we're going to connect another Xt60 connector straight onto this, alright? Cool. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is going to measure out how much wire I need. All right, we're going to use this 12 gauge Tenergy wire here. Okay, and I'm going to make it about as long as this wire. Okay, maybe a tad bit longer. Right there. Okay, however long you need it to be. We're going to go for with about 2 feet should be good. All right. Okay. Snip the wires right there. Didn't quite get the black one. Okay, and then yeah, there we're done with these. I'm just gonna solder the Xt60 connectors straight onto these wires. Okay, so first let's go work on everything on the charge controller first. Okay, so I've chosen to use these ring terminals. Okay, they're not really ring terminals, they're these open-ended ring terminals, so you can just slip them in really easy. I got these from Daiso for $1.50 for like a big pack. Unfortunately, they don't sell them anymore, so if you see something you like at Daiso, buy a lot of it, because they might not have it later, okay? It's like the flea market almost. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and strip these ends and then solder these terminals onto here, okay? Well, I'll crimp and solder them. Okay, I've got some red shrink wrap here and the black shrink wrap right here on my toolbox. That's what we'll be using for this guy. Okay, I'm going to go crimp the ends on. Okay, I'm gonna go solder the ring connectors on. Help with my buddy here. I feel like this is too thick for this. I should have got it with a thinner wire. Okay. Now we're going to do the negative one. Okay, so I'm gonna solder the Xt60 connector on. It is the female. I'm using the female end for the charger part. Okay, the part that goes to the charger will be female. You can have it either way you want, man. This is the way I'm gonna do it. Okay, so the beauty of these things, they're really easy to install. Okay, let me go in the. So it says here positive and negative, so I'm going to put the negative here and the positive here, okay? It's kind of hard to see in the camera, but the first thing I'm going to want to do is put one of these guys in, okay? Or, yeah, let's do that before. Let's put them together before thing. Okay, so the nice thing about the Xt60 is it comes with this plastic cover that snaps onto the back, so you don't have to do any shrink tubing. It protects the wire nicely, okay? I'm just going to slide that on there before we solder these guys on. Probably cut, strip the ends. Okay, ta-da! There it is. That's the harness that goes to the charger, okay? So the solar panel will connect to this, and then this will be connected to the solar charge controller, okay? Yep. All right. So let's go connect this to the charge controller. Since that's I still have to put the connector on another one. Okay, this one should be a lot easier than another one since I don't have to take the screws out all the way. Okay, there it is. Positive to positive, negative to negative, okay? And if I put the connector in here, all right, it says positive here. It's going to the red wire, and the red wire is going into positive, all right? Cool. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is install this connector onto the solar panel. Yeah, well, I want to make sure the solar panel has no light going to it, so I'm just going to put it upside down like that. All right, and then we're going to go take... Yeah, you know what? I never thought about that. It is kind of active right now, isn't it? Anyway, we don't need this. Okay. And I will solder each one at a time, just so it doesn't... but to install this... Yeah, to install this guy, I got to take this out too. I was able to get that one out without the thing coming out. Good. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is slip this guy on here. But I think we're going to have to strip these wires a little bit here. This one's going to be a little tough. Oh! Quickies. Okay, I'm just going to get a knife and I'm going to strip it myself. Okay, I messed up a little bit and I cut into the black jacket. Okay, so I'm putting some I'm putting some shrink tubing on it to cover that part that I cut. No problem. Yeah, I don't have the tool that would do that, you know, that could strip this weird looking jacket here with the two wires coming out of it. Okay, so, all right, back on track. Okay, so we're gonna put this guy onto here. All right, should be able to get that far enough down in there. Okay, and then we're gonna go get all my soldering goodies here. I'm gonna solder it right on top of the panel. All right. Okay, sorry, I forgot to plug in my soldering iron. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, there it is. Soldered. I'm just gonna go put this plastic cover on now. Okay, well the wiring is like way too small. It looks kind of goofy. That's okay, there it is. I got my Xt60 connector connected on there. Alright. Flat side's the positive. That's the negative. Alright, so we're all done. Okay, so we're all done. So all we gotta do is plug it in. So the way it'll work, I'm not gonna do it right now because it's at night. But tomorrow I will go plug it into my car and then we'll see how it works out. Alright. So this part's gonna plug into the cigarette lighter in the car. Oh yeah, you know. So I didn't point out that if you're gonna be using this to charge your car through the cigarette lighter port, you have to have a cigarette lighter port that's hot all the time. Okay, most cars, the 12-volt outlet is only on when the car is an accessory. Okay, but I actually made an outlet in the car I can plug this into that goes directly to the battery. Okay, so if you don't have something like that on if your car doesn't have a hot connection going to its 12-volt outlet, you're gonna have to add one to the car. Okay, basically it's just the opposite of this. It's the part this one connects into. I think I used one from Bell. I think is where I got it from. Okay, they sell them at your local auto parts car stores, and you would run a wire straight to your battery with it. Okay, and then somewhere into the car, preferably. Okay, but I already have one installed in the car, so I will show you it tomorrow. All right, and then the one on my Eclipse has one. I hardwired it in the I wired it so like it has power like all the time, so you don't have to turn the key to start to energize that wire. It's always live. Okay, so basically all you would need to do is plug in this guy to this guy, right? Yep. Plug those two together, and then that should be connected. Okay. And so if I want to quickly disconnect it, there's two ways I can quickly disconnect it. I can disconnect it from the car battery or from the solar panel pretty easily, just like that. These are very nice connectors. Okay, guys, let's go see how this works. It's the next morning. It's only like 9 o'clock, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it's only like 9 o'clock, so we still got some more sunlight, but let's go plug it in. Okay, so this is the cable that goes to the solar panel to the charger. Okay, boom. All right, there you go. It's blinking orange. Okay, that means nothing is connected to it. It's got power, but nothing's connected to it. And then we're gonna plug it into the car. I've got an outlet down there. Okay, you can see the lights on. And boom, it's charging. There you go. So it works. So an interesting thing to note, I've got my new 35-watt solar charging system in my van right now, and it has fully charged my van. Okay, didn't take that long. It took a couple days to charge it, is what I want to say. It's a full charge, and I just leave this stuff on all the time. So it's got 12.6 volts in it right now. So as you can see, this is the battery tender charge controller, and it's green right now. So that means it's been fully charged, and I can tell because it's measuring 12.6 volts at the battery, and this is probably not very accurate. It's probably more than that. So good deal. So I'm gonna plug it now. Okay, so whenever you're gonna drive the van, you gotta unplug this. You're not supposed to drive with it on there because, you know, the alternator and all that stuff, they'll they'll fight each other. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so yeah, let's go head on out. All right.